Hello there, and welcome to my client-only Facebook group for hairstylists training. This has been a very highly requested training. I've been using my client-only Facebook group for years now. I've been coaching to it inside of my coaching program. However, I made a post back in January about how client-only Facebook groups are a game changer inside of your business as a hairstylist. And Britt Siva reached out to me in March, and we recorded a podcast episode, and that went out. And ever since then, I've been getting so many questions from all the hairstylists in my world about client-only Facebook groups. And I feel like when I explain it a little bit, people get the gist, but I really wanted to use this training to just go like super duper duper in depth, one-stop shop. Hopefully after you get done with this video and this training, you feel fully equipped and ready to go with your client-only Facebook group. And hopefully it can be a communication game changer for you like it has been for me. So let's get into it. Okay, if you don't already know who I am, hello, I am Lisa Huff. I am a hairstylist, a studio suite owner, and I am the creator of Stylist Soul Tribe, which is a mastermind membership just for hairstylists. In 2017, I created my client-only Facebook group, and it has consistently served as my #1 form of communication with my clients for the last 4 years. So in this mini course, I will teach you exactly why you need a client-only Facebook group, how to make one, and how to use it. So grab a notebook and your favorite drink and let's get started. So, what is a client-only Facebook group, you might be asking? A client-only Facebook group is exactly what it sounds like, a private Facebook group exclusively for your clients only. So remember this, when we think Facebook, we instantly think of our Facebook business page. This group is different. This group is not a page, it is a group which has tons of different features and settings and things that go along with it that is different from your business page. My client-only Facebook group is super beneficial to my business because it enhances the guest experience. My client's visit goes way beyond sitting in my chair, and my Facebook group continues to nurture the relationship with my clients in between visits. Why do I suggest a client-only Facebook group? I created my client-only Facebook group back in 2017 when I was a part of Britt Siva's Facebook Lab beta group. So I do have to give credit where credit is due. The beta group was for Britt's Facebook mastery training, which is no longer available. So I do think it's totally fine for me to share this because there's no way for you to get that training anymore. She discontinued it. I learned a lot through that experience, but my absolute favorite takeaway that has stood the test of time has been my client-only Facebook group. And here's why. Did you know with a client-only Facebook group, every single member of the group gets a notification every single time you make a post? That is like unheard of in the business communications world. A Facebook or Instagram post only gets seen by a tiny amount of your followers. Email averages a 15% open rate. A post in your client-only Facebook group, literally everyone gets a notification for that. So when you make a group, like I said, this is different than a page. The settings that come along with a group is members of the group get notified when posts are made, especially when the creator of the group makes a post. So you guys probably know if you're in some small Facebook groups, like you've seen those notifications come up. You get one every single time somebody posts. Now, if it's a busier group, you may go in and turn off those notifications so that it doesn't bother you as much. And we're going to get into that because the goal with your client-only Facebook group is it is not a lot of work. You don't want to post a ton because every time you post, if it's not valuable to your clients, there's a chance that somebody could turn off their notification settings. But what is so cool about the group is that it starts out every single member gets a notification every single time you post. And that's crazy, you guys. Having a client-only Facebook group also continues the guest experience beyond when they leave the salon. It just sets you apart from every other hairstylist that your clients have been to. It adds value to your client's relationship with you without hardly adding to your workload, which is why I love it. Would a client-only Facebook group be beneficial for your business? Let's find out. Personally, I think almost all hairstylists can benefit from a client-only Facebook group. I want to ask you, are your clients on Facebook? And I think a lot of people jump to the answer and say no because a lot of their clients prefer Instagram, which so do mine. But I want to know, are your clients on Facebook? Are they on Facebook? Do they have a Facebook? Do they at least check it once a day? It doesn't mean they love it. They might think Facebook is annoying. They might not really like it, but chances are they're on it. So I can tell you I have 200 members in my client only Facebook group, and I'd have to guess I maybe have an additional 10 clients that aren't on Facebook that aren't in my group. So majority of the population is on Facebook in some way, shape, or form, and at least checks their notifications about daily, I would say. Okay, so another thing I love about a client only Facebook group is it adds value without adding to your workload. Everyone thinks when I tell them about the client only Facebook group, I've talked about it in Clubhouse rooms, I've talked about it in, my coaching program, all of these things. Everybody's like, I just cannot add another thing to my plate. Like it sounds like, oh, I'm already scheduling out Instagram posts, I'm already scheduling out Facebook posts, I gotta update my Google My Business, I gotta update my Yelp. Like there's all these things, but I'm telling you guys, when you get through the end of this training, you will realize there's not a lot of work that goes into a client only Facebook group. And that's why I love it. A client only Facebook group does not require much time out of your life. You should be able to set the entire thing up in about an hour. And then the only maintenance is posting last minute openings, which is like such a huge benefit to your business. So let's walk through exactly how to set your group up. Okay, so let's get started. A group can only be created from your personal profile, which I know is kind of annoying. It cannot be created from your business page. So a lot of people are like, I don't want my clients seeing my personal profile. Like I want to be able to make it for my business page. If you're really, really serious about that, the only other alternative is to create a new profile that you're using just for business, but unfortunately it cannot be made under your business page. So everybody has a profile on Facebook. Profiles can, admin a page or a group, but you cannot create a group just from a page without having a profile connected to it. Sorry if that was kind of confusing. So you're going to start by clicking the plus button on the top right corner of your Facebook home screen, and I'm going to walk you through how I do this. And then you're going to want to choose a name. You can do a lot of things for names. My brand is kind of called Lisa Huff Hair, so my client only Facebook group is called Lisa Huff, and then in parentheses does my hair. And I think that that's kind of cute. I know a lot of people call it like a VIP client only Facebook group. Like you could say Lisa Huff's clients. Maybe you have a really cute name that goes along with your branding. Like I know Caitlin Corrado from Salon Ish, like she would probably call hers the Ish Dolls or something like that. I have a girl in Stylist Soul Tribe who calls hers Heather Donaldson's Beauties, because that's kind of what she calls her clients. So get creative here. It could be Lisa Huff Does My Hair. It could be Lisa Huff's client only Facebook group. It could be something cutesy. Use your imagination for this. Okay, so for your privacy, I recommend doing private but visible, because you don't want people who aren't your clients seeing your group. Like you don't want them to be able to see inside of your group, but you do want it to be searchable, and you do want your clients to be able to find it. And then hold off on inviting members for now. So let's go ahead and walk through how I would create like a test Facebook page. Okay, so you see this little plus sign up here. We're going to click that. And then we're going to create a group. All right, and then I will call this Lisa Huff's clients. And like I said, mine is not actually named that, but I don't want to get confused. So I'm going to do it as that. So we're going to want to make it private, like I said, but you do want to make it visible, not hidden, because you want people to be able to search it and find it and request to join. And then we're not going to invite any friends yet. And then we'll click create. Okay, your next step after you have the group created is you want to add a cover photo. So here's a idea of what mine looks like. Cover photo graphics can easily be made on Canva. Here is mine. You can use this as inspiration, or you can get creative and really tailor it to your own brand. So you want to make this over on Canva, and then we will head back to our client only Facebook group, and we will add it to the cover photo. So let me walk you guys through that. So we're just going to click edit right here, and then choose from photos. There we go. And you can move it a little bit. And you just want to make sure it's centered and nothing is cut off. And Canva has, you want to search Facebook cover photo. Canva has a template that is the right size for this. And I just made this in Canva very easily. Okay, and then you click Save Changes. And now you have a cover photo. Okay, and then you're going to want to write a description. Here is what I have as a description for mine. You can feel free to copy this completely. You can feel free to use it as a template and kind of tweak it for yourself. Or you can feel free to totally go creative and don't use anything like this. That's up to you. But you do want a description because when your clients come across your group or if they're invited to your group, you want them to be able to look at that description and kind of understand what's happening here. Why is this worth it to them to be in another group rather than just following your page, yada, yada. So I'm going to read to you what I have for mine. I created this group to directly communicate, interact, and share exclusive content with my amazing clients. In this group, you can expect weekly AMAs, Ask Me Anything posts, events and announcements, cancellations and openings. I will post on here first, so keep your eyes peeled. Special client-only contests, any other goodies I think you guys may enjoy. This group is another tool of mine to be the best stylist I can for you, so you all can have the best possible experience with me. Clients will be added to this group after their first visit with me to keep it exclusive to my loyal guests, and I have unless authorized, because I have that there because I do have a few hairstylists in my group that I have added in so they can kind of peek in there and see what I have going on. So that's why I have that. But basically, I want people to know who have not been to me before and I have not performed services on them, they're not allowed in this group. This is for clients only, which is what keeps it really exclusive and really cool. Okay, so then once we're on this page again, you can go down to add description, and I just have mine copied, so I'm just going to paste it and put it in there and then click save. Okay, so now that we have the client only Facebook group created, how cool is that? You guys, literally, it takes like less than 5 minutes. It is so easy. The next thing we're going to want to do is batch some graphics and posts in Canva. So in my client only Facebook group, I really coach to only posting roughly like 3 main things. And those are monthly newsletters, weekly AMAs, and last minute openings. That is really all you want to use this tool for. Of course, every here and there, you can share some other announcements, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But we want to make 3 main graphics that we're going to use often in our client only Facebook group. So the first one is a monthly newsletter. So you can see an example of a monthly newsletter. If you guys want to use this template, I will have a downloadable one below so that you can add it into Canva and kind of work around it, but get creative here. The only thing I would say is keep the template similar each time. So if you don't want it to look exactly like mine, or you want it, to have a different vibe or look different, that's fine, but save it so that when you do it every single month, it becomes recognizable in your client's feed. And you want them, like, as they're scrolling, to realize, like, oh, it's August, Lisa posted a newsletter. So I kind of think of these newsletters as almost like a page in a magazine. That's kind of how you want it to look, because you want it to be a graphic. You don't want to have to type all of this out. I think it's more eye-catching in the client only Facebook group for it to be a graphic. So that's why I like to make them on Canva. If you guys really want to be like overachievers, you could literally spend the next hour or so batching the rest of the year newsletters. You can choose the promos right away. You can, say things like, okay, now we're going into the fall. Here's a fall tip, or little promos or things that you are doing in your business. And you can do that a year in advance. That does not have to be done month by month. And if you need newsletter inspo, if you're going to go ahead and batch all of those right now, you can share things like updates in the salon, updates in your personal life, product of the month, and promotion. So say you're redecorating the salon, you would definitely want to put that in there. Say you took a family vacation, your clients care about those things, you would definitely want to put that in there. Maybe every month you can highlight a new product and have a promotion going on with that and just really share in depth what that product does. Guarantee it boosts your retail sales. And then any other promotions. So like you can see in this one over here, I'm doing a complimentary conditioning treatment all month long as my gift to you. So any promotions you can come up with, but I really urge you, when you got about an hour or two free, to just spend some time and batch out an entire year's worth of newsletters. It won't take that long once you're in the groove of it, and it will feel so good to have that done, and it's such added value to your clients. Okay, the next main post that gets posted a lot in my group is a weekly AMA. So pick a day of the week. It can be Monday, it can be Thursday, it can be obviously whatever day. But make sure it's a day that you know you can be answering questions. I think it's okay if you get back to them within like 24 hours. But so say you're off on Mondays and Monday's like your office day, do an AMA Monday. And you want the graphic to look something kind of like this. Again, have it match your branding, but it can say, AMA, ask me anything. Questions about your hair, styling issues, anything. Ask me down below and I will answer. Just create a graphic that matches your branding and stick with it every week. The graphic will become recognizable and people will continue to look forward to each week and interact with this post. My clients love these, you guys. My clients will ask me things about how their hair's been staticky or about how their daughter's, hair feels dry from chlorine. Can they get in? These are the things that so continue the guest experience beyond outside of your chair. How convenient is it for your clients to be able to ask a question about their hair to their hairstylist anytime they want? Like, that's so cool. It feels like you're in their pocket and they have access to you whenever, which is really cool. But then you're also not training them to just like message you at odd hours and ask you annoying questions all the time. They know if they have a question while they're styling their hair, like, oh, Lisa's going to post this on Monday. I'll just wait till then and I'll ask the question on Monday. Okay, so weekly AMAs do a few things. They keep you front of your client's mind in between visits. They grow a deep trust between you and your clients. And my favorite thing is they give you endless content ideas. Take every single AMA question that is ever asked in your group and turn it into a social media post. So, say Amanda this week asks how to make her curls less frizzy. There's a post. Say Jennifer asked what products she can use to keep her hair from turning brassy. There's a post. Say Kristen needs a Malibu treatment and she's asking you questions about that. There's a post. I mean, guys, client only Facebook groups are the gift that keeps on giving, because whenever you're feeling like you're running out of content ideas, I love going back to my AMA posts and seeing actual problems and questions that my actual clients have. And it makes batching my social media content so much easier. Okay, so the last and final graphic you're going to want to make is a last minute opening graphic. This alone, I'm telling you guys, is the biggest game changer with the client only Facebook group. Posting last minute openings in a client only Facebook group saves you so much time. So say you have a wait list and you have to text every single person on your wait list when you get a cancellation for tomorrow. I mean, you can spend hours and hours and hours doing that. You can literally post one post in your client only Facebook group. And my clients, not only does one person fill it instantly, but I'll have people commenting after, like, I'm next. If they don't come, I'll come. Like, so many people want in instantly. And then my clients know too that if I make a post and they get that notification, that they better act quickly, because they've seen on my other posts that last minute openings go fast. And I also use my group for any other important announcements. So here are some examples. Obviously, anytime you would like send an email blast, kind of think of it that way, you can post that in your client only Facebook group. So some things that I have done is I easily announce my price increases with one click. Feel free to steal some of this verbiage if you want to. So what I always say when I increase my prices is something along the lines of, dear clients, as of April 1st, I will be implementing a price increase. Not all services will be affected. However, you may notice a price adjustment at your next visit. Thank you for your continued love and support. XO Lisa. And then I say something like, all pricing quotes can be found at link to my website. Please never hesitate to reach out with any further questions. I cannot thank you enough for all of your love and support through the years. I appreciate you all. And you can see 132 people have seen this. And that's what's really cool, is I can click on that and I can see who's seen it. You can't do that. Like, just because 10 people liked it, I know all 132 people saw it. And you don't see that with an Instagram post or a Facebook post. It's so cool how groups have this feature. Another thing that I love to use the group for is model calls. So all it takes is one post, all of my clients see it, and I was instantly able to fill this request with a few other people who wanted to do it as well. But so I had a list of people to choose from, which was really cool. Setting boundaries painlessly. I am not going to take the time to read this. If you guys want to pause this video and read this, I know a lot of hairstylists could use this verbiage that's right here on the left. But basically, whenever I feel like things are getting a little bit out of control in my business, like COVID, for example, was something that definitely caused that, because I started texting my clients just to more easily communicate with them. And as you can see, things got a little out of control and all my clients started texting me. So it was just one post that I needed to be very mindful of my verbiage, but I just needed to craft one single post and put it out. And then all of my clients knew how to communicate with me. And that boundary was set very firmly and very kindly and very professionally, all in one place. My client only Facebook group was a quarantine communication lifesaver. I mean, hopefully we never get shut down again, but you guys can see these are the things that I did in my client only Facebook group while I was shut down during COVID. And I made a lot of money off of selling retail and off of selling touch up kits in my client only Facebook group without like promoting it to the entire world, just speaking directly to my clients. And then I was able to really seamlessly open and go back into the salon with feedback from my clients thanks to my client only Facebook group. So again, hopefully we don't ever get closed again with COVID, but like I've said, I've had this group going for 4 years now, and if it weren't for having a client only Facebook group during the COVID shutdown, I think that I would have lost a lot more clients and a lot more trust and communication through the process. So I think now we know that nothing is guaranteed and we never know what's on the horizon. And it's nice to just have tools like this to keep communication streamlined and really easy. Okay, now here is a big one. What not to post in your client only Facebook groups. You do not need to post before and afters. You don't even need to post photos of your work. You don't need to post tutorials, and you don't need to post those filler posts that we all know we make just to keep the algorithm going on our Facebook and Instagram pages. There's no need to try to sell yourself here. Use your Facebook business page and your Instagram for that. This group is already sold. They are your clients. The reason we share those things there instead of in our group is we don't ever want to share information that our clients may find clogging up their feed and turn off their notifications. It's a little typo on off, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to keep rolling. So again, like I said, if your clients start to get notifications daily, few times a week, they will find that annoying because we all get so many notifications and we want to clean our brain like simplicity, and we want to keep our notifications clean. So if I was in a group and somebody posted in it daily and I was getting notifications for it, or even weekly, that wasn't beneficial to me, I would turn those notifications off. So that's why I really try to tell people is it's not another thing to keep up with. It does not require a lot of work. You can spend an hour or two after you're done with this training and batch an entire year's worth of monthly newsletters and weekly AMAs and literally not have to post anything except for last minute notifications ever again, which is really, really, really cool. Okay, once you have all those graphics made and you kind of have the gist of what the client only Facebook group is used for, you can start adding members. So now is the fun part. Start adding your clients into the group. There are a few different ways to go about this. If you are Facebook friends with your clients, you can really easily just invite them from your friends list. However, if you are not Facebook friends with your clients, you can copy the link to your Facebook group and send it in an email blast to all of your clients. You can also add the link to your printed or digital marketing materials like welcome packets and business cards. And you can even make a QR code for your client only Facebook group that your guests can scan right on their phone. I made this QR code literally in 2 seconds. I Googled QR code maker. I put the link to my client only Facebook group in and I made it and it works. So if you scan that, it will take you to my actual client only Facebook group. I'm not going to let you in because I only let my clients in there, but you can see how easily that can be made. So you can have a sticker of this on your mirror. You can have this inside your welcome packet. You can do so many different things with this where even if you aren't friends with your clients, you can still make it very easy and very seamless for them to find your group and request to join. I am personally friends with the majority of my clients on Facebook. That doesn't really bother me. I don't really post things on Facebook that I would not be okay with my clients seeing. However, I understand people and feeling uncomfortable with privacy and stuff like that. So if that's the case, share the link in an email blast, put it on your marketing materials, your digital and physical marketing materials. And with time, your clients will really start joining that group. If your clients are kind of like thinking, oh, it's just one more thing to join, it's not really worth it, you could incentivize in some way to have them scan and join the group in your chair. But another thing I like to say too is, as my clients are pre-booking their next appointment, say I'm having trouble getting them in on the exact day that they want, we may have to push their appointment out a little bit. But then I say something like, okay, well, let's put you in here since that's the soonest opening I have. However, if I have any cancellations between now and then, I post them in my client only Facebook group and you can snag them there. So that's like another reason. And my clients now know, like, I have some clients who don't ever pre book, they simply only get their appointments from my client only Facebook group, which is really cool. So just make sure they know what the purpose is there and that it's not just like another random thing that you're going to be spamming them with, but that there actually is the purpose of like filling last minute cancellations, some special promotions, things like that. So, who do I add to the group? I've kind of already said this, but let's get into a little bit further. I only allow clients that have sat in my chair and received a service to be in my group. No potential clients or random friends of your clients. Those people can enjoy your business page, but it's very important that the group consists of only your clients. It keeps it exclusive and it also builds a community of people who already know, like, and trust you. You are not trying to sell these people or convince them that you do great hair. They already know. This tool has a purpose and it is for client communication. Another question I get asked a lot as I'm coaching to a client only Facebook group is, do I ever delete members? Um, I personally do not delete clients when I realize that I haven't done their hair in a while, because I can't tell you how many times I haven't seen a client in over a year and then they randomly fill a last minute cancellation. It's an amazing tool. And again, it keeps you front of mind with these people. If they are interested in removing themselves, if they've moved on, if they know that they're not going to sit in your chair again, then they can do that. However, if I fire a client, I absolutely do remove them from my group. I don't want them seeing my openings or keeping up with my business. So, say you loved Sally and you did her hair for years, you haven't seen her in 6 months. If you loved Sally, I would not delete her if it were me. I would let her wander a little bit, but then if, 3 months from now she sees a last minute opening, she might swoop right back in and find herself in your chair again. All right, scheduling and automation. I want you guys to spend the next hour or so pre-making and scheduling your weekly AMA posts. If you're feeling up for it, make your monthly newsletters and schedule those out too. Once those are scheduled, all that is left to do is allow this group to fill all of your last minute cancellations. Get creative and start to brainstorm up some things that you can do in your group. But remember, don't overdo it. This group should be low maintenance. Do not use it nearly as much as you use your Facebook page, and have fun. All right, you guys, if you like this training, I bet you'd love a mastermind. I am so proud of you, yes, you, for making it through this training. Did you know that only 3 to 12% of people finish an online training? I knew it was low, you guys. I had to look up that percentage, and that's what Google told me. The fact that you are still here for this last slide tells me that you take your business very seriously, and I like peeps like you. I would love to invite you to apply for this season of Stylist Soul Tribe. What is Stylist Soul Tribe, you ask? It is a mastermind membership just for hairstylists. I am on a mission to create connections and sisterhood inside the industry, and Stylist Soul Tribe is packed full of some brilliant humans. If you could use some support, coaching, accountability, and deep, meaningful connections in this industry, click below to apply. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this free training. If you have any other questions, feel free to slide into my DMs. If you have questions about Stylist Soul Tribe, I will be opening the doors to that very soon. Feel free to ask me any questions about that. And I just appreciate you, especially if you're on this last slide, because I know not everybody will make it here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you letting me pour into you. And I cannot wait to see what you guys create. So definitely, if you make your client only Facebook group, if you love it, if it's working, share it in your story, slide into my DMs, tell me all about it. I can't wait to watch and see what you guys make with this. Okay, bye.